Hey, so we're back for a second episode technically, but we're counting this as our first because this is the first non-pilot episode. Hopefully what you'll notice is minor improvements from that pilot, for example the audio. We understand that was really bad to start with, but I hope you noticed that for the last about 5 minutes it did improve. But it's me and Jacob again.
Hello.
And we are just going to go through some topics. Hopefully we're going to sort of set some sort of order through this, but we'll just sort of find a way and see. So we're going to start with just another random food fact, really, because I liked the idea of doing that. We're going to try and do like odd foods and alcohols and try those, but I didn't get time to get one today.
No.
And Jacob didn't organise any alcohol.
No,
We're going to specialise into that.
I had all week dealing with alcohol. I thought I'd have a day off.
Yeah. So we are still drinking though. I'm drinking some of my family heritage, which is the Stella Artois Cidre. And then I've got some Bulmers as well.
I've gone for a strawberry and lime Copperberg. And maybe some tigers I have lying around in my room. Not actual tigers, it is a beer.
We'll have to see. But food fact for today will be, or not today, this week, will be that the potato is actually part of the deadly nightshade family that will release a neurotoxin which will kill insects that eat it. Also, tomatoes, peppers and eggplants come from the same family. That was just an odd fact. Hopefully that segment will be a bit more full when we have things to talk about.
I knew there was a reason I didn't like tomatoes.
Yeah.
Because they're poisonous.
Well, hopefully next week we'll be trying... I know it's something I've tried, but it's not something Jacob's tried. It's astronaut ice cream.
Dry ice cream.
Dry ice cream. Where's astronaut ice cream? It's what they take to space.
Yeah, and they take all the moisture out of it, don't they?
Oh, yeah,
So
but...
it'll be dry ice cream.
Astronaut ice cream, Jacob. Don't lower what this is.
Don't oversell what it is.
Well, you've got to oversell things. It makes it sound better, just generally.
It's ice cream.
Yeah, well...
At the end of the day.
We'll be trying that, and then we've got plans to, like, try other things slowly. But it just takes time to sort of order things, get it here, and do it. But, better news, we're considering making this a weekly thing.
Yep.
As you can probably tell, because this is going to be quite soon uploaded after the first one.
Yeah, and well, we can ramble on about a lot.
Yeah.
Quite indefinitely, unfortunately.
So we thought we'd just up the quantity and see how that goes. But we are enjoying doing it, so hopefully this will just continue on as it is.
Yes.
And hopefully the audio will get better as we go, daily, every time.
We're not doing it daily, it's weekly yet.
No, not daily yet. Oh,
Let's
not push the boat out. I don't want to talk to Jacob too much.
Are there even podcasts that are daily? I feel like weekly is the, like...
It's a standard, isn't it? I presume there's, like, every other day podcasts. Maybe.
I have no idea.
I think there's just, like, I presume they're shorter, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a lot of... I don't know. We could talk about a lot, but eventually I feel like you're going to eventually lapse into things as well. We'd end up talking about the same things.
Yeah.
Which is something we're going to try and not do. But moving on to a bit of a different subject now from the food. There's a new AI that's just been developed, and it basically what it does is it takes images that you've got that are low resolution. So say you take like it on an older camera. You take a picture on an older camera that you've and then you import it into your computer. The resolution will be lower. I'm right in saying that, aren't I?
The resolution will be whatever the camera's resolution was set up to.
Yeah, so an older camera or a bad camera, you end up with bad resolution. But this AI, basically, you will take the photo, you give it to the AI in a sense, and then what it does is it almost smooths out the pixels. So it sort of like takes each large pixel and breaks it up into loads of smaller ones to give you a higher resolution.
Right.
Do you think that's actually useful?
No, because I feel like it's not actually... Because it won't be... Well, yeah, but
I've
it's not
instantly
going to be a
thought
picture
of use.
of... What? What use have you found?
Police.
Yeah, no, but at the same time, I feel like it's just... I don't think it... Because it doesn't know what it's actually taking a picture of.
No,
it's just filling gaps in.
Yeah.
Off
But,
stuff based in the
based
pixel
on its surroundings.
So that means it's not a true actual like image. It's not.
Admittedly
accuracy,
not.
I feel like the police probably wouldn't use it.
No, because...
Or they could only use it and have to say, look, this is roughly what this should look like.
Dash cams, for example, in a car,
yeah,
bad resolution when you try and import them to anything, right? So, say you're in a police investigation and there's a very blurry, because it was moving quite quick, number plate. you can only get a partial on.
Yeah.
If you can get partial with this, because it can scrub pictures, you can either scrub a frame, or you can get it to scrub the whole video. You can get a whole number plate.
Yeah.
Saving time and effort and funding for the police.
Yeah. But it's like, it's got
there are applications for it. Like, for example, like anywhere with a low tech like security, like bad cameras and stuff. Yeah. Again, you can scrub them. You can't get an accurate face image.
No, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, you can't use it to incriminate like a person for being somewhere.
But at the same time, they use portrait drawings. They use.
Yeah, that was based on someone giving a description, though.
Based on someone giving a description.
So it's just they only ever give key features that were noticed.
Yeah,
they're also the worst things to use.
Yeah, but people see blurs sometimes, and they'll give the blur. They'll be like blonde hair, and this video can scrub blonde hair.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. I don't know.
Could be considered for use. I don't know. It
depends
depends
on
uses,
but
it depends on what they've developed it for. To be honest, I didn't read into the article fully. I was just outside one of my lectures, and I was sort of like
bored.
Skimming through Facebook, and I saw it on there. But it's
Okay, so you get all sorts of weird information from Facebook.
I like strange faces. I like strange faces. I like strange pages on Facebook. Like I like IFL Science.
Yeah.
Which is I find that quite good. Still for like general stuff, but I like a load of like tech and robotics pages as well. Yeah. Just because it's my interest, so it brings up things like that for me.
I don't use Facebook for anything really.
No.
I like not being on Facebook.
But do you use Twitter for stuff like that?
Nope.
You
well, I do, but I don't actually ever go on Twitter, so
yeah,
it's wasted on me.
Because I only recently realised there's quite a big divide between people for that. Like I've got a friend on my course, very rarely uses Facebook, but he uses Twitter absolutely. Like I will look over to him like every so often during a lesson because we're like sat next to each other doing work, and he'll be on Twitter like 1 out of 5 times. But that's only because he keeps up with esports.
Yeah.
And they don't use Facebook too often for esports. They use Twitter for like burst announcements.
Yeah. All mine comes from Imager. Always. Because it's just easy. You just scroll through and something interesting will pop up and they'll give me a link and I'm like, yeah, I'll look at that. Cool. Easy.
Loves the pop-up books.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just...
I like pictures. That's what actually. I use Pinterest as well. So
yeah.
I think, I just like looking at pictures. It's easier. I do like to read. But...
What's your opinion though on the whole keeping up with like esports like avidly? I suppose it's the same as any sport.
I think I tried. I did it with the Dota International in I think it was 2011. Maybe. Yeah. But
I can't get into it as much as I really enjoy watching people play games. Like I have a laugh when I'd be around here and I'd play like games with you and I'd watch you play like a single player game. So we have a laugh about it. With it, it's too serious for me, I think.
Yeah, and it's also they're all games I don't really know how to play.
Yeah.
Or it's just like not necessarily that fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's like I imagine COD games, like multiplayer COD, like hardcore. Like playing COD is enough to annoy me about it because it's like you're getting killed by what people quick scope. It's just like please, I just wanted to run around and shoot a couple of guys.
Yeah.
But it's just a notification, don't worry.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's a bit of an odd one.
Yeah.
I can't get into it. Like I don't
like watching a lot of sports.
See,
anyway.
I really want to go because we're in London now. Really want to go and see a rugby game. Like watch Wasps.
Actually, rugby. I like to watch that live.
I'd really like to watch
Wasps.
Wasps.
Actually at the stadium.
Yeah,
that's fun. But it's like watching stuff on TV, watching like games on TV. It's just not.
No, it's not. It's not.
But like, watching it through a screen pulls it away.
Yeah.
Like it's not as involved because there was a whole atmosphere there, and it's like.
Yeah, you get that like sound booth effect where they like cut out all the screaming and stuff because nobody really wants to hear that down their TV.
No.
Yeah. It is a bit of an odd one.
Yeah.
But there's that. I'm just gonna move on really because there's a lot that we could talk about to do with that, but I feel like eventually we're gonna loop around a bit to what we spoke about last week, and I don't want to be like jumping it because we spoke about like that social environment for selling DLC.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, so we're not gonna really jump back into that.
I've heard a lot about that this week as well.
Have you?
Yeah. There is like I'm just hearing more. I'm like,
Who told you about that this week?
Oh no, it's other podcasts I've been listening to.
Yeah, no, I know.
Like they will brought it up. I'm like, this.
Yes, people are picking up on it and they're not huge fans.
They're trying to get regulations in place for it.
Because there's nothing regulating it now.
Yeah.
But we're going to move on because I don't want to talk about
No,
this.
we've had this.
I want to, but I don't want to. It'll infuriate me otherwise. But you've seen the trailer for, what is it, the Will Smith film?
Bright.
That looks amazing.
I don't know. I only saw the first trailer ages ago.
Oh, is there two?
I don't know.
Oh,
I saw the first trailer when it came out, and that was quite a while ago.
Oh, okay. I mean, I've seen.
I haven't watched it.
I didn't look into it too in depth. I've seen one trailer on it with like Will Smith with a sword and stuff.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's.
But it's weird. Like
Interesting.
the only thing I heard about it originally, which made me go and watch the trailer, was it was the director commentating over the trailer, or someone was talking about it over the trailer, and they were talking about how it's to do with like class divides, which is an odd way to tackle class divides when you take it into a fantasy realm.
Yeah.
But I can see that it's almost one of the only ways you could tackle it without it being like
Too on the nose.
too on the nose.
Or,
Yeah.
Putting out too much.
Yeah, and people getting a bit annoyed with it.
Yeah.
It's the best way to look at it.
Yeah. Because you
Without
won't
people,
necessarily make stereotypes or anything. Like, they'll relate to characters not because they're the same skin colour or anything, just because it's actually relatable to them.
Yeah. But it's all about, like, elves are, like, the highest of the high, like,
Always
rich
the way,
business
isn't it?
people. Humans are middle class?
Probably.
I think that's how it is. And then
Yeah.
orcs are, like, the lowest class you get.
Yeah. Well, the trailer, like, because it was just when I watched it was just an ad, and it was just Will Smith driving around in a police car at first, but like, oh, this is what Will Smith's doing now. He's going into the just like cop film sort of
He's
thing.
done a
doing
lot
one
of cop films, though.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. He's going back to that.
He was in Bad Boys.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, he's going back to that, and then I was about to press skip, and then I started seeing all sorts of weird stuff. I was like, wait, this isn't a normal cop thing, and then you realise there's orcs and fairies and stuff. Because he kills a fairy on his lawn, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And he looks around to his neighbours who are orcs and is like, don't you dare tell anyone about this. It's my day off. Because he's a cop, and I guess they're not allowed to do that.
I presume
Probably
not.
a protected species or
I
something.
presume killing things aren't great, generally. I don't know. But Bad Boys, what two good films. Have you not seen them?
No.
Oh, they are good. I bought them
I've only
recently
heard
on
good
iTunes.
things.
Yeah. They're just quite funny. I don't know.
My brother loves them.
Yeah.
I have a long list of films that I should have seen but have not.
I think everyone does I mean, we're getting to a point where it's real hard to catch up. What? They're like hour and a half minimum each per film. You got a list of 10.
And the films I like
You're
are never
looking
just
at-
an hour and a half. They're always like 2
Yeah.
to 3 hours.
You're looking at 15 hours of films just there. I mean, that's hard to do, especially with what we're doing currently.
I'm pretty sure that's like just a Lord of the Rings marathon. It's 15 hours.
Yeah, I know. God, that's one thing you just don't expect. Like, I told you about this the other day. I ended up watching all of the Lord of the Rings without truly realising. It's something you don't think about, but I was just, it's on Amazon Movies, and it's the whole thing. So I clicked on the first one, thinking, oh, I'll watch the first one, and it was, how long are they all together? It's like 6 hours.
Each one's about 3 hours, so you've got 9 hours there at least.
I chowed through a lot of film.
I'm pretty sure it comes to about 11 hours overall, somehow. And that's not being extended editions.
I don't think I did that then.
I don't know.
Or
the extended editions puts it up to 11 hours.
I don't know. I was.
Because I have some friends who did the extended edition.
Maybe I only watched one of the films, or two of them. But it seemed long because there was at one point where I was just laying in my bed watching it, and my dad came in. He was like, "Oh, what are you watching?" I said, "Oh, just the first Lord of the Rings film." And he pointed out to me it was the second one, and I was like, "That's weird." It's not. I haven't changed it since, and it was also kind of infuriating because I was watching it and I was like, pretty sure it's near the end, and I don't like to hover the mouse over because I'm like, then I know like where things are coming up and stuff. Because once you watched a film through once, once you hover the mouse over, you can roughly guess what things are going to happen. And I'm like, oh, I don't really want to do that. So I sit there and I was like, oh, I need to go to the bathroom, but I'll wait until this one ends. And I think I got like, by the time it finished, I hovered it over, and I think it was like 6 hours, and I was there like, it's impressive I've lasted this long.
I think you got through the first two, mate.
Yeah, I know. I clearly need to go back and do this again.
Yeah.
But next time, remember that it's longer than I think, and it's actually I may need to pause it at some point.
Yeah. No, I tried to do it with my friends. When we went to Sweden.
Yeah.
It was the day we got back, and then I went to my mates to and started watching with them, or they'd watched the first two, and I got in on the third one. Just fell asleep.
Yeah.
That was a long day of travelling we had.
No,
And
I
I
know.
regretted it so much. I was like, oh, I really want to see it. Like, 'cause I remember like watching it for 10 minutes, and my mate was like, woke me up. Oh no, I'm just gonna go home and go to bed.
Have you ever seen like when they do like special, like when a new Avengers films come out? I presume they're going to do it with Infinity Wars as well.
Yeah.
The View, at least I know, do it,
Yeah.
but they do all of the Marvel films in order.
Yeah.
Now I know that Star Wars do that as well because they did
Yeah.
that for their late. They
did
do
it
that.
for episodes.
They do it for all of them.
Sure.
The new ones.
Yeah. They did
I
for
mean,
episode 3 as well.
That's a lot of films, but also the Marvel universe is getting big now.
Yes.
It's a lot of films. Like it's getting close to like a day of like living in a cinema.
Yeah.
No.
Surely that's actually. Can they do it?
What?
No, I'm just thinking about the quantity of films. Surely it'll only just be this phase of Marvel films.
No.
They can't go from
You do.
Iron Man.
No, you do. Iron Man's included.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like there's actually too much there.
It's Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, because they do it in chronological order.
Yeah. As
So
in
some
when
things
they
are
were
like
released or time scale.
no timescale wise
Right.
of like what the MCU is supposed to
Yeah.
be. So they're like
Which, I mean, should be not Winter Soldier. First Avenger first.
yes, first Avenger, and then it goes into like all the different ones.
Yeah.
You do like the Iron Man ones. You do Winter Soldier at some point. You do Avengers. Doctor Strange. You do all the films and then the new one like right afterwards. And they plan it, of course, so that when the what's it called? It's like is it an FDA? No. What's the thing called where they can't tell you anything or show you the film until a certain point? You sign like a certain contract.
Embargo?
Yeah. So they basically plan it so that because of course you have like maybe like half an hour breaks between the films, so you can actually walk around and not just fester in a cinema.
Yeah.
But they plan it.
Grim.
Yeah, I know.
You want to be.
Especially,
I mean,
I
it's
wouldn't.
different when it's just you in your room watching movies, but
But it's also different when it's you and load of
yeah.
like sweaty Star Wars nerds, and that's not a dig at people. It's just, I mean, one of my friends did it. He did the like marathon of them all before the first new film.
Yeah.
And like I saw like his Snapchat of like people like stood in the lobby. It was a lot of people just wearing very different clothing.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's fair, but I just don't think I'd want to do that.
No.
I hate planes as it is, like long journeys on planes.
Yeah. If it was like 2 films, like 3 films total, it's like
That's
a
manageable.
third one was coming out and then they put the 2 on before, I could do that.
That's manageable. I just at
Well,
some
not
point,
all the things, probably not.
at some point, I'd be sat in there and I'd be like, I really want to watch the new one, but I'm really keen to tap out now because
Yeah.
I'm like, this is boring. Like,
Yeah.
I
But
have
it's
to.
also, like, not once you've seen a film once, you don't necessarily want to go read back and watch the whole thing. It's like you could just go watch some of the best bits on YouTube or something,
Yeah.
and that'd be. Or you could probably just find a video on YouTube that fills you in on what happened, just as a reminder of any certain like little details that you might have missed, but will be relevant to the next one.
Yeah. I don't know. It's very.
I don't know. I tend to pick up on everything. So.
Yeah. I don't tend to need to watch things through again. Like I remember a lot of like small details, like about Game of Thrones, for example. Like small details from Game of Thrones, like 5 episodes down the line, you're like, oh, I know what that was.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. No, my family was the worst for it. They wouldn't notice anything, and they'd be like, "Oh, who's that?" I'd be like, "It's that guy from this." I'm like, "Who?" It's like, well, I have to pause it and then sit down for 5 minutes, have a conversation about who this is, and then be like, "Okay, watch it," and then that guy gets killed. It's all irrelevant anyway. I'm like, what a waste of time.
I know. I've done it with both sides of my family.
Yeah.
My dad does it in films. Like he's really bad with Transformers films. Can't get the hang of it. Physically,
What can't you get the hang of?
can't
I
get the
know
hang-
they're jarring.
No,
to watch
he
at times.
he can't get the hang of who's bad and who's good.
The Decepticons are all the ones that are kind of mangly looking and don't have normal 2 eyes and a mouth.
Jacob, that's not occurring to him. He's seeing 2 large robots and leaning.
And they just seem to literally
Yeah.
walk around with one ton of
and
destruction,
then
destroying
he's
everything.
leaning over to me going, who's the bad one in this? I'm like, well, I've introduced Optimus Prime 9 times now. I'm going to tell you right now, definitely a good one. Except in the latest film.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've seen that.
I have.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit. Yes.
Yeah.
The first 2 were good, now they're just...
Bumblebee spoke.
I don't care! At what point? That didn't make any sense in the film. Okay? They make a point of him ripping his voice box out or whatever.
Yeah, that didn't
'Cause
really
he didn't
make,
like the voice.
didn't really make sense. And then all of a sudden, like,
at the
it's
end he
just
talks.
there.
Yeah.
I was
It's
a
like,
bit like,
he didn't
oh.
fix it. You literally watch him pull it out, like, no surgery, then he literally rips it out of himself.
Like you ripping out your larynx? Larynx?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. It's ridiculous.
Didn't make
so
sense.
Many oh, I hate that film so much.
They're just becoming. Hello, my name's Mark Wahlberg. I'd like to
Yeah.
hold a gun and shoot some robots, please.
Oh, yeah, Mark Wahlberg has no place in those films. I'm not a fan
Do
of
you
him,
know
but
who
he
did?
is
Do you
good
know
and
who
stuff.
did have a place?
Shia LaBeouf was quite good in those films, but then he went, oh, Shia LaBeouf.
While everyone dislikes Shia for some reason now, I really liked Shia in those films
Yeah, he
because
was
he
good in
made
those.
those films.
Yeah.
Fair enough, Megan Fox was there because she's Megan Fox, but
And Michael Bay likes...
Megan Fox,
Well, no, he likes...
women.
Yeah. Young women. So young they're actually illegal, and so he brings up the point of proving that they're actually legal in certain states in America, provided there are certain bylaws.
God, please,
Have
Jacob.
you seen Transformers 4?
Yes.
Yeah, and a character brings that up, and it's like, why does this have to be in the film? This is a Transformers film. I don't care.
Don't
Okay?
need to know about rapey bylaws.
No.
No,
Ridiculous.
it's very true. It's not. It's. I don't know what's weird about it necessarily. It's just not good.
Ridiculous.
But they're not. I don't know. Where did they go wrong? Was it?
With 4.
Was it purely when Sam was out?
Yeah, it was once they
Revamped it.
revamped it, yeah.
Which
I
is
don't
weird.
like how any
They
of them
revamped it mid films. Like halfway
Exactly.
through
It
the
wasn't
films.
like they gave it a break and then...
Yeah.
Admittedly, it was a couple of years, but it's like... There was always a couple of years between them. It wasn't that
Because
much
it takes ages to animate each transformation.
Yeah, and they do it in IMAX. They're like, yes, let's do it in...
I read at one point, I don't know if it's still the same fact, but it took like a team of people 80 hours for each transformation.
That sounds right, I think.
Because the detail's there.
Yeah, oh, it's amazing. That's why I love the films. But like in the newer ones, they seem to just be cut. In the latest one, at least, it felt like they cut out a lot of stuff that I would have thought, or the stuff I like to see, which was Transformers
Yeah.
and then transforming.
I don't know if I
cool
missed
ways.
anything in the
Sweet
Transformers.
slow-mo bits.
Where did the tiny Transformers, like the tiny dinosaurs, come from?
I don't know.
Because I was watching.
Space.
Because I was watching.
Because they were.
Because they're supposed to be the knights. They're tiny versions of the knights. Because one of the knights is the giant dinosaur, and you've got the giant pterodactyl and the giant triceratops.
Yeah.
I get that. I get where they came from because he found them in a cave in China or Japan.
Yeah.
I have no questions about that.
Maybe there are other ones that
Where
were with
did-
them
no,
and
no.
they just didn't get them.
Where did the tiny babies come
No,
from,
that's what
Jacob?
I'm saying. Maybe those were also in Japan or something. No, because... No, those knights, they were on the spaceship from the fourth one. Remember the bloke Lockdown comes to capture Optimus Prime and bring him back?
Optimus
Optimus
runs
breaks
off into
out
the
and he
jungle.
breaks out with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I get that.
Because there was also
And they come out of the jungle. He's riding like the Grimlock. Yeah. Where does baby Grimlock come from?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it must have come from space.
Well, yeah, so everything must have come from space, but
Maybe because in the fifth one that was a point. It was
triggers
like
me a little.
Decepticons and Autobots kept on landing on Earth at this point. They're like, why are they coming here still?
Hmm.
That's why they're getting real shitty about it. I'm pretty sure.
But that's because it's their planet's biggest enemy.
Which is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Something that
also
nobody's never known about until now.
No, what? Because it's Unicron, isn't it?
Unicron, yeah.
And so I'd like to think Unicron being, I'm pretty sure he's like some sort of god in the Transformers universe anyway. His crown, okay, I'd like to think the tectonic plates that seem to be on top of him aren't going to like actually pull that around. I would presume that they were always going to stay in the same place.
I'd like to think he would have done something in the film rather than just sit as a big ball of landmass. Yeah. I'd like to think like mid-film, just all of a sudden like a gaping maw in the ground opened up and a giant laser beam just came out.
What's happened to Cybertron? Because Cybertron was...
Well, it was it's broken, it's dead. They were like... Well,
yeah, I know, it didn't just blow up at the end or something, did it? Is it now stuck with Earth?
No. Well, no, it's still in Skylore.
Yeah.
Some of it burnt up.
Yeah. Because also, this is another really dumb thing. Remember in the third one, where they started teleporting Cybertron to Earth, and it was gargantuan compared to the Earth.
Yeah.
And then
when
they broke it and it all just went back through the black hole and you literally see it collapse through.
Yeah.
Where was that?
Well, it was very collapsed.
Yeah, I know, but not in the same way that it was.
That's why they needed
seemed to be
Unicron's power.
I don't know, I don't. like the lack of continuity here.
Yeah. Have you seen Spider-Man: Homecoming?
Yes, great film.
It's a good film.
I really liked it.
I just wasn't a
Best Spider-Man film.
I just wasn't a fan of how real it became about them like laying off a load of people at the start.
Yeah.
It was like, that's America. That's not MCU like joking about this. That's America. Just laying off people.
No, I liked. Really good bad guy was that.
Yeah, it was really good to be fair. I would
Michael
have.
Keaton did a great job.
I didn't like how childish they portrayed Spider-Man a little.
Yeah, but he is a child. That's what they've got to make that actually point out that he is actually a child, and he's the only one that's actor-wise that's actually been a child.
Yeah, no, actually a child. Yeah, admittedly, that's
Tobey
better.
Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
I just really want the DC universe to start actually kicking out some half decent things, so that then they can go, look, we'll actually start putting some funding into this. Because I really want a Blue Beetle movie.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know that would be good.
I'm not even sure we're getting Green Lantern yet.
No, we are.
We are, but it's a lot of stuff's happened.
We're getting Kyle Rayner.
Flash has dropped out many times, director-wise. I don't think there's a director.
Because people don't want to do that because it's not cool. Like Green Lantern is cool and Blue Beetle is cool.
I don't know what's going on with Aquaman. If that's still happening. Pretty sure it is.
It's just Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Anything with Jason Momoa and will do great in the box office.
Yeah, probably.
Because women will buy those tickets to see a film purely based around a half-naked Jason Momoa. As a fish.
As a fish. Aquaman. Half man, half fish.
It's basically what Aquaman is. There are people that evolved to be half fish.
I wouldn't. No, he's not a merman.
What is he?
He's a. Oh, what is it?
Precisely, merman.
No, Atlantis. He's an Atlantean. Yeah.
What are Atlanteans though always called? Mer people.
No, that's a different thing.
Where are the mer people from then,
Mer
Jacob?
people are like.
Merland?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Fake things.
No.
You know, folklore and all that crap.
Oh, sorry.
Like sirens.
I'm sorry, wait. Can we just go back a little?
Right.
They're fake things.
Atlantis.
Atlanteans.
Okay. Yeah, because the place of Atlantis could well have existed.
What do you mean could well have existed? Do you mean as a landmass or
As
as
a
an
landmass.
underwater kingdom?
Underwater kingdom, probably not.
Thank you.
But it was above the water
Thank
at
you
one
for
time,
not being
possibly.
dumb.
And maybe
Yeah, but
they did figure
what
out.
What are you thinking? No. What are you thinking would have dragged a landmass underwater?
A kraken.
A
It
kraken.
came out underneath. Grabbed
Right.
it.
So it was a floating
Sunk
landmass originally.
Yeah. Ships float. Imagine getting a load of ships together and floating together.
Jacob, you're not
Yeah.
really making
That's just
sense.
a mass.
The only way it could have been a floating landmass is if, for example, when it broke off, it had like a pocket of air underneath it, like a cave, like a huge cave full of air, and then say like at one point they were like, "Oh, let's drill downwards," and when they pierced that, the air came out, letting the water in, sinking it. That actually makes sense, Jacob. Don't argue me.
I don't know.
Can you see what I'm saying though?
Yes.
Like it's a cave underneath the land.
Yeah. No.
So the whole land is basically built on a like almost a hill. And then the hill broke off with this pocket of air.
Floated away.
Because it's
on
like
the pocket of air.
no, because
Okay.
if you
sure
put,
that's what I was.
yeah, if you put a boat like a rowboat upside down and you push it out, it'll float.
Yeah, it's got big air in it.
Yeah.
That's why Pirates of the Caribbean when.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
No, it's actually not possible to have it on the bottom.
Yeah, no, I know. They were underneath.
Yeah. Also, it had to be a really well-made boat to not leak.
Yeah.
So actually, they might have done it. They could have done
you
it.
could have
You
you could bring it under, but they would have needed like lead boots to like weigh themselves down while holding it.
Well, you need a lot.
And
they tried
they-
it on Mythbusters,
yeah.
just in a pool.
Yeah, because then they'd have to be to be using their bodies to hold it. Yeah, they would tear them
You
apart.
need so much.
Mm.
Also, what? Oh, actually, I remember that. They get out onto a ship and they're dry.
Everything's like that in films, Jacob. Have you watched the new one?
Yeah.
Have you actually?
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet.
Barbossa was back again.
Yeah,
That's
he
why I
is.
liked it, but it was a bit not great.
And there's Will's son in it, isn't there?
Yeah.
I saw literally like a snippet of it with that in it, and I was like, oh, Will's got a son with Elizabeth, but
Yeah.
he's
No, it
still on
wasn't
that
as great.
ship.
I reckon the next, if they do another one, that one might be a good one.
Do you think they're going to do another?
Yeah, they are.
Are they actually? Of course they are.
Almost there.
Where's my Avatar films, Jacob?
As in James Cameron?
Yes.
Coming out, don't you worry. He's still
actually?
working on them. It's all he's been doing for the past 5 years. Since Avatar, that's
Is he
all
not
he's been
working
doing.
on any other projects?
No, it's all he's been doing.
But
He is dedicated to these films.
why?
It's going to be a quadrilogy.
Why?
Because he's mental.
He's doing isn't it land, air, sea?
Maybe.
I thought there was something about that because
I think you might be right.
I remember when they were.
He's basing them on.
Do you remember when they were trying to get all the tribes together?
Yeah, there were.
They
all the
looked at that
different
map
ones.
and they were like, "Oh, you've got the sea people,"
Yeah.
and you saw the briefest snippet
Yeah.
of him come down with his large beast and go, "I am Jarhead clan.
Yeah.
Follow me," and then he'd fly off and then he'd do it to every place. I'm pretty sure I remember somebody saying something about that.
No, that sounds right.
I just don't know how you can squeeze so much content
I have no idea.
out of those. Eventually, the third film's going to be very similar to the second film that came out because it'll be there
I'm not sure if there's an
he'll
overarching
rock up.
story to them or if it's going to be just individual stories. I can't remember.
I can't believe he's still working on them. How long? When was the first one released?
They were,
Was it 2010?
maybe even
First
2009.
First Avatar. We're going to do a quick Google. IMDb Avatar.
2009.
2009. So you're telling me
And
this
then-
man has been working on
Yeah.
one
Then the
film?
next one was going to be out in 2012.
Is he working on all three?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things they're doing them all at once.
He's doing all three films at once.
Maybe. Because that's how they did Lord of the Rings.
Oh look, no. There you go. Avatar 2, 3, 4 and 5.
Yeah. Oh, they're doing 4 more. I thought
There's gonna
I remember
be-
them saying they're doing 3
There's
more.
going to be 5 Avatar films by the end of it. And then what are the release dates then?
Right.
When's the earliest one?
2020.
And then 2021, 2024,
2025, and
2025.
So I'm guessing these two are going to be done pretty much together. But
2020?
if I recall,
I've got to wait 3 years for that film.
it's saying Sigourney Weaver's in them.
In all of them? Yes.
In all the new ones, okay? And I recall she died in the first one. So are these going to be
Is
prequels?
Sigourney... Wait, was she the one... Was she the ginger doctor one?
Yeah, the one from Alien.
She did die.
Yes.
Because they tried to transfer her into her body.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Didn't work. So these have got to be
Yeah.
before
I
Avatar.
want to see what she's playing in them.
So...
But then you've got Sam Worthington and Zoe Saldana in it.
Yeah, well, they'll always be in there.
Giovanni Ribisi,
Oh,
Stephen
wait, no,
Lang.
it doesn't make sense.
No, I have no idea.
Maybe IMDb has just thrown all of the old cast.
No, because they wouldn't be put on here if they're not normally.
No?
It'd say rumoured if it was only rumoured.
Oh, I see. I don't know then. They're just odd films.
Maybe it's just going to jump around.
I'm actually hoping they'll be pretty good.
Yeah.
For some reason, I have a real hope for it.
Yeah, so do I. I don't want it to be crap.
Hmm.
Because I enjoy the fact that a lot of people find the first one divisive. I find some people like it and some people just really don't. I like it. I'm happy with
I
it.
really did like it, but I liked it for the cool animals. I didn't think the story was too great,
Yeah, but
but I could see it setting up for
it
something
looked good.
better.
It looked good. It had good music and it was.
Well, the thing that made it won tons of Oscars,
Yeah.
didn't it? The thing that won it Oscars was the visual effects.
Yeah, because they were really good. Oh, amazing. At the time as well. And it was one of the first ones that was 3D as well, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that
it
was
was.
when
That
they
was-
were bringing 3D back out as a
It was
thing.
one of the big things about it.
Yeah. And it was done in probably IMAX.
Yeah, I don't know. It was
something early.
it was done to be like the most modern film that they physically could.
Yeah.
But it was I don't know. It just I didn't like the story. I did like the look of it, and I can see
Yeah.
it setting up for more
Oh, and they had
things.
some sweet little mechs in there.
Yeah, I liked the
That was
robotics
cool.
of it. I did like the robotics.
I
of it.
might have to rewatch this soon.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad I don't have much to do this weekend now.
Talking about robotics, though, what sort of things have you done in your course this week? Let's start doing this. Let's start giving a brief
Right.
course recap because it's a Friday that we record these, so we both finished our week.
Yeah, Human Sciences, it was basically an episode of House where, we get a load of, somebody has collapsed for some reason and we get a load of symptoms and we kind of have to just
Oh, do you
talk through
actually
what it
do
is.
that in your course?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's pretty cool because I like House a lot, but at the same time I don't know that much about biology.
Well, you better
I
start
need to-
watching
yeah, I know.
House again.
I have been, but I don't watch that for the biology. I watch that for Hugh Laurie.
Yeah, but
and
surely it's got some sound logic in it.
Yeah, it always does, but it's always it's not really about what's going on with them.
Yeah,
Most
because
of
with
the time
TV
it's
programs like that, they get it the writers get it checked normally, don't
Yeah.
they? For because I know that
Yeah.
Big Bang Theory, I know it's not everyone's favourite. I quite enjoy it. But the lady that plays Amy, yeah, she's a neuroscientist. So she checks and proofreads all of like the neuroscientist parts.
Yeah.
Saves them a bit
That's
of money.
That's what she was doing at first on it.
Yeah.
She was just the person that checked it for them. She was the fact checker.
Oh, was she?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I didn't realise that. I thought she went in as an actor.
No, yeah, she was the one that was already doing it for them, and then she managed to end up acting in it.
Do you know what a similar thing? You've watched The Office, haven't you?
Yes. Wait, the US one or...
US one.
Okay, yeah, I watched that one.
You know the older lady... the slightly larger one.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about.
I hate her.
Do you know who?
Worst character.
Do you know what she started off as though? She was she was the people that hold the auditions.
Yeah.
So she was looking at characters, and then Phyllis, that's it. So Phyllis started it off as she was like getting characters and choosing people to be the characters, and then they saw her doing that, and they called her in for like a secret audition. They got her to read some lines, just like pretending. They got her to pretend she was like helping someone else do their lines.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "No, you got the part," which is quite weird.
Actually, have you seen Parks and Rec?
Yeah, I have.
Or Audrey Plaza's part.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah. She auditioned for, I don't know whose role, but the woman that was auditioning her said, "I don't know what role I'm going to give you, but I'm actually going to make a role for you because you're the weirdest person I've ever met. And it's going to be brilliant."
She is.
Along those lines.
She is so strange.
She was like, "You're really strange, but I want that in this."
Yeah, she's such a good actress though. Have you seen that film where it's her and Anna Kendrick? I think?
What is it? They need wedding dates or whatever.
Yeah, wedding dates.
It's got Zac
Yeah.
Efron and
that other funny guy. Yeah. Have you seen that?
No.
I really want to see that. I might have to try and buy that tonight and watch that because that's actually hilarious.
She's doing another one as well, coming out soon.
Yeah.
It's just a bit weirder as well. I can't remember what it's called.
She just plays really funny parts.
Yeah.
Like really dark humour.
Yeah, this one looks a lot darker.
Because she's got that sort of face where it's like, you can't tell whether she's angry 24/7 or whether it's just her.
Yeah.
No, but anyway, what else have you done this week? Tangents everywhere.
Jeez, I forgot we were doing this. Maths was... Oh, it was programming. And I can't remember what I programmed, but I managed to do it.
You programmed in maths?
Yeah, that's what we use MATLAB for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, MATLAB is...
You're programming.
Yeah. But it's all, like, it's equations and stuff.
Yeah. For anyone that doesn't know, MATLAB is it's a program sort of... It combines Excel with a bit of, like, coding, basically. So you type in more, like, data sets and data values and, like, more...
And then you can plug equations in.
Yeah.
So it's like Excel, except it's more. It's like instead of being given a whole spreadsheet, it's just like a line.
Just numbers.
You just write code down.
You just read the numbers off. Some would say not so thrilling.
No, but yeah, I managed to get that working, and that was on my 1 hour of sleep. And the rest of the class did not manage as well as me.
Oh yeah, because that was after Halloween.
Yeah.
Halloween was not
good night.
Not as successful as we would have thought it would be.
No.
So I didn't actually go as Ace Ventura in the end, because I'm pretty sure that's what I said I was going as.
Yeah,
I changed to go as Danny Zuko, because I had planned to go as that originally, and it was basically a change on a change. But it was good. Like, we had a laugh. We sort of drank a little here beforehand, and then we headed out to the club that we were going to, and
queued for too long.
For an hour.
Like, sobered up by the time.
Sobered up. And
I am not a fan of nightclubs. I have to be fairly drunk to enjoy a nightclub.
I do like
before I get in there and then buy drinks to keep myself drunk.
I do like a good club, and I very much do like this club, but we waited for an hour in the queue, still wasn't in. We were nowhere close. We had friends who skipped ahead in the queue, and they still waited just over 2 hours to get in.
Yeah.
So like realistically, like I worked out in my head, it would have probably taken us almost 3 hours to get in, then just about 3 hours plus to get a drink. It just wasn't worth it eventually. No. So we sort of 9 the next day. Yeah. So Jacob wasn't really keen on it, so we both sort of dropped out of that.
But then I got the gift of someone's keys who was managed to get into the club and didn't leave till 5. So had to stay up to give them their keys.
You stayed up? Why didn't you just go to sleep and let them ring you?
Well, because doesn't have my no, I gave her my number, but also she said already leave at about 3.
Oh,
And it's like, what, we were back at 1.
yeah.
I was a bit like,
May as
I
well stay
can
up
keep
for
myself
that,
entertained for 2 hours. And it just kind of, it kept going. And then, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest evening, but we'll have better. We'll have better.
Yes.
But anyway, and then Thursday, what you got up to on Thursday? Although that was Thursday, yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, on Wednesday I had CAD as well, which we all know I can do CAD very well.
CAD is computer
Aided design.
aided design. There we
Yes.
go.
Drawing stuff on a computer in either 2D or 3D. This was 3D.
And it's just to produce parts. So like you can use CAD to laser cut, 3D print, various different things. I just thought I'd explain some of these terms so that like if we bring them up like later on, like when I'm
both
talking
things
about
that me
them.
and you know.
Yeah, they're both things that we both do a lot of.
Yeah, we did a whole 2 years on a course of this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's why me and you can do it.
Yeah.
And why we don't sound enthusiastic when we talk about.
No.
This is what we did this week.
I actually really enjoy CAD. CAD is.
Oh yeah, I enjoy it. But
I'm
it's
not
like when we're like, what
yeah.
did you get up to this week? We're both like, wow.
I'm actually not enthusiastic about it right now because it's stuff, as we said, we did for like 2 years.
But then like they've got to get everyone up to the same speed, don't they? And then what was Thursday? Oh, electronics. Yeah, that's one of the other things that very good at already because I've been doing it for 2 years. But
Yeah.
Then started my assignment for that today. Got most of it done. Yep.
But those
that was
are
all like that.
those are roughly the things you do for biomedical engineering.
Yes.
So like it sort of gives you like a brief overview. So it's like it's not much of the bio actually. I thought there was more.
Yeah, but it's like I feel like it's the most intensive unit.
Yeah. And
I
how
go in
many
every
hours do you do?
Of the whole course.
Weekly.
I think it's like 10 or 11.
10 or 11, yeah.
It's less than you.
Yeah.
No. How many do you do?
I do 15.
Yeah, in that case I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. All of my sessions are 3-hour slots. So like I do. Don't even know what I do really. I think
overall, like all mine are 3 hours, but they're split up so awkwardly. Like I have a 1 hour electronic session on Tuesday, and that's all I have on Tuesday, 1 hour lesson. Then on Thursday, I have the 2 hour practical follow-on lesson. 2 days later.
Why is it split up?
That's all I have.
That's mad.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
I do all of my sessions as like, so I'll do my maths, which is 3-hour block.
And then you get actually
do electronics, which is 3 hours. I do CAD, 3 hours.
Yeah. I think I have 4 hours of human sciences on a Monday, then the 1 hour of maths, and then on Wednesday morning I have another 2 hours of maths. So that's another one that's split up.
It's just odd.
But
I don't know why they don't
it's
compress
annoying
it for you.
because I don't get the maths we do on the Monday until the Wednesday when we actually start programming it, and then it all clicks.
Yeah.
So sometimes it feels like Monday evening, 6 till 7 for 1 hour, and just never sinks in really.
Yeah, but that's like the main difference between mine and Jacob, of course. But we do pretty much all of the same lessons, except whereas you do your bio lesson, I do a lesson on microcontrollers. Yeah. So they're like mini computers, basically, is the best way to describe them in in layman's terms. Love that word. But so that's like sort of like a brief overview of like our lesson plans, just to sort of like keep you filled in on roughly what we do at uni. It's not just nothing.
Yes, we don't just sit around and talk to each other for 10 hours a day.
Yeah, but I like the idea of sort of going in and recapping stuff that we do, because it's sort of like it gives this podcast a bit more of meaning.
Yeah.
Allows people
you'll
that
see the actual stuff develop in our lives. Maybe.
Yeah, and you might actually think, oh, doing biomedical engineering sounds really easy in comparison to robotics. Maybe I'll take the harder subject, and then you'll go with my subject.
But yeah, I mean, to be fair, mine was easier to get onto. It turns out, did not need anything to do with biology.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, that annoys me. That's like because I thought it was just I might have slipped through the cracks, and they just didn't realise. Nope, I've spoken to quite a few people. They're like, yeah, I haven't done biology since GCSE.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we're all like, so we are all struggling with the human science lessons. Yeah.
And are you your student voice representative as well then?
No, somebody else stepped in.
Oh, somebody stepped in.
Like, thank you.
I've just put my name up for it, Jacob.
Oh.
Thought we could have been, chilling in those meetings together.
It was the Wednesday morning they were doing this, and I was sat indoors with sunglasses on.
Oh, you probably didn't look too responsible, did you?
No. And also getting a lot of shit for wearing sunglasses indoors. I was like, please, okay? I've had 1 hour's sleep, okay? And they fell off in the class, and my eyes got actual light, and I wanted to cry. Like, I actually just closed my eyes straight away.
Oh. My course tutor literally said to me, said to the group today, we got into our last session today, and he was like, so it turns out in October, we were supposed to have done this, and we were like, it's November now. He's like, yeah, I get that. It's like, so just, come up to me, pick someone, I don't really care. He said, you just need one for every course. We'll get that sorted. But I'm losing my voice as well. It's sort of here and there. It gets a bit gruff every so often.
I haven't really noticed.
No, I try, but it's not as good as it has been.
I only ever lose my voice if I've been to a nightclub because I'll belt out every song I know.
You have to scream to people as well to be like, what drink do you want?
No, I usually write down my phone. It's like, give me that.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
You must be the most terrible person in the world.
Why? They can read.
I imagine you get to a certain point though and you can't spell.
No, because I start the night. I'm pretty sure I've got. Right, let's see if I can find a note already on it. Because that's normally what I'll do.
See if he's actually got notes based on what he drinks. Do you not use them? Do you not have like a set note app like on Apple?
I've got many shopping lists I just found. Oh no, I think I've deleted it.
Jacob's drink list
no,
is
it's
gone.
in different notes. What's in here? I think. Oh no, I did have them. I think I actually remember getting rid of them now.
Okay.
Which was a mistake. Because now I have to make sure. Next time I go to a nightclub.
Oh, also, another thing you may have noticed. It depends on where you watched this. Because I don't think... Because these get uploaded to SoundCloud and to YouTube.
Yes.
But I don't think the pictures are on SoundCloud, are they?
Yes.
Yes?
There isn't... You don't put a background picture.
No. But is it on the...
But we've got our logo.
Oh, okay. So what's something you may have noticed is the logo, actually.
Impressive work of art by...
Impressive work of art by me.
Yep.
I straight away said, we need something. So... as you do.
Well, this was us brainstorming ideas for what it should look like, and you did an extraordinarily shit one. I did. That looks brilliantly shit. I think we should go with this.
I basically in the iPhone notes you can like draw on them now. So when we were talking about our name ideas for this, I just started drawing because we said beard in the brain, and I was really sold on that instantly. Yeah. And I just started drawing a bearded brain simply, and I put glasses on him because otherwise it just didn't look defined as a person.
No, I think that was in a particularly grim day where I was wearing my sunglasses indoors again.
Oh, probably, yeah. But so we did that, and then I was like, by the time we actually finally finalised the name, I decided then to go into MS Paint, because where else do you do any creative work except MS Paint? And then I went on the newer version of it, which I didn't realise existed.
No, I don't like the new version. You tried to get me to use it and I can't.
A 3D version of MS Paint where they tried to make SolidWorks but failed. Yeah. Horrendously. SolidWorks is a 3D design CAD program.
Yeah, it's what we are familiar with and use at university.
But so I designed that, and Jacob was supposed to design one.
I didn't find the time.
He didn't find the time for some reason.
I always have something else to be doing.
Thought he was not as busy as he is, but clearly he's a busy man.
I get one night a week to myself most of the time.
But we were supposed to have a little vote on that and see the design, but clearly Jacob was just too intimidated by my artistic skill, and now that is our logo. Yeah, I did have to have a little thing. Yeah. But that's our little logo. Maybe one day I will revamp that.
One day, but
I
might sneak my own in.
Ooh.
As I do get the ability to be the one that uploads.
Jacob uploads them because
my computer's beastie.
Well,
I have a computer.
I have a computer.
You have a laptop.
I have a very beastie laptop. And
sounds beastie.
I have the shell of a computer.
Yeah. Your nice big case. How much did you spend on your case, Oliver?
£300.
£300 for a box.
But it's gone up £50 on Amazon. So if anything, I saved money.
Or you could make money.
No, I can't sell it.
And
no one's buying that of me, Jacob. Not anytime soon, or anywhere near the price that I bought it for.
Once you get a good case, you don't really need anything.
Yes.
You don't need to get another one ever.
I'm in the slow process of building it, but
how far are you so far?
Well, I've got the case, the motherboard, and the CPU cooler. Yeah. So I just need, another, I think, £1,500 worth of parts.
Easy done.
Easy done.
What student loans are for.
Well, it's what student loans are for, and I've got a job now. I'm a fire warden. I went and did a fire training course the other day as part of my new job. And I'm now a qualified fire warden for 3 years.
Yes, you are.
So I can save Jacob from a burning fire.
I mean, you could, but you live an hour away, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
if I was to walk. So,
Probably not. Oh, that's the thing I wanted to ask you. You know where I live, right?
I do. I've been
What
there many
floor would you say I'm on?
times. Second.
You're a heathen, Jacob.
I know. I'm under the impression that's the way it's done here.
I presume you're
I don't
counting
know.
the bottom one as ground then.
Yeah.
I think isn't that not an American system?
I don't know. I
Bless
can't remember which way it is.
I
It's one of those
thought
things.
ground was an American system because I would say
That it's
that's
third
the
floor.
first floor of the
and you live
building.
on the third floor.
Then if there's the second, then there's me on the third floor. But people get really aggy when I say I'm on the third floor because it's not third, it's the second floor, only. And I go, well, technically, in any sort of like health and safety or like architectural plans, that would be considered the third floor.
Yeah, no, that's why I tend to say
what stories?
As in like
Every thing every like square is a story.
Yeah.
So it would be the third story.
Yeah.
But the second floor.
Yeah. That's why I do stick to stories, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. It's just an odd one. But I just don't like it. It almost aggravates me in a sense.
Really?
Weirdly.
No, it's fair. There's a way of doing
It's just people. It's
standardisation. There's a way of doing things, and when
it's those
it's
things
wrong,
that people.
I mean, I correct everybody whenever we get the bloody chance.
have two concepts of how something's supposed to be.
But yeah, and it could very easily just
could be both. To be fair.
Well, it's like but metric and imperial.
I don't know why it's considered ground. I understand it's ground, but then clearly the second floor it should go ground 2, 3. I'd be fine if they just renamed first to ground.
Well, no, I think the idea is the ground.
Yeah.
That's the ground floor. The floor that is on the ground.
Yeah.
The next one is
the first floor above ground. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's. I don't know. I used to justify both to myself as a child. Because
why are you justifying this to yourself as a
I was
child?
just curious, wasn't I? So I was like, why do people do this? I wouldn't ask. I just think of things in my head.
I don't know.
I
didn't know
who knew, so who was I going to ask?
It's like your building, though. Your building's easy to identify because it's the first two numbers of your room.
It's the block.
Is the block.
Yeah.
And then the second number is the floor, isn't it?
Yeah. No.
Oh no.
Don't think so.
I thought it was first two numbers was the block, second number was the floor, and then third number was the room number.
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's only the first two numbers of the block.
Oh, okay.
And then it's just a number.
Oh, okay.
Now I think about it, like I'm.
Why are you one?
Yeah, I'm one.
It doesn't make sense.
People
down there should be one, surely.
I think because also actually technically I'm 101.
Yeah.
So I imagine there's 99.
Oh, okay.
Or 00 on one of these sides, and then 99. But then again.
Yeah, I know. This isn't going to make sense. We're going to just continue on from this really, because it's just.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've just
not something I actually thought about since I've lived here.
I've just blown Jacob's mind by accident.
Well, it took me so long to figure out which block I was in. Everybody was like, "Oh, I live in this block. I live in this block," and I'm just like, I live over there. Anybody know which one that is?
Yeah.
No.
But today I'm gonna date this. Is the 3rd of November.
Yep.
I think I like the idea of getting them out like on the Thursday before the next one we do.
Yeah.
I think we need to have some sort of set date, and we've already uploaded on a Thursday.
Yeah, so we can go with that.
So this shall hopefully be uploaded.
Wait, did I do this yesterday?
Yeah, you uploaded it yesterday, yeah.
Yesterday was a long day.
Yeah. But
I was doing it instead of doing my work.
So it's the 3rd of November today, and today is actually the first time you can get a iPhone X. If you were lucky enough to get today as your purchase day.
Yeah.
Because when iPhones, like when they do that, I don't know if you've ever gone on the launch thing.
Nope.
You get, because they know what's going on, you can pick, like the first people to do it, get the first dates obviously, because who's going to pick a later date?
Yeah.
And then they have set dates, because they have a set quantity of course, but they can produce within the time period, so they need to sort of restrict what they're doing.
Yeah.
So today is actually the first day people are getting iPhone X's, hopefully, if it's shipped properly. What always interested me about the iPhone is, that's just we are looking at an article that is dated the 11th of September, and Jacob is highlighting it to me. But that is purely based on tech reviewers.
Right.
Of course, they got it earlier.
Okay.
They're not going to just ship it out at the same time that people get
Okay.
it. But do you know what always interests me about like iPhones and any phone manufacturers of how they it was Ben that told us how they produce them, as in each floor does a set part, so no one person
knows how to put the whole thing together.
knows how to put the whole thing together. They know, for example, like I know that this is the chipboard, and I know that resistor A through Z are here,
but they won't know how that then works with another
with the rest of the components. Yeah.
Genius.
It's always quite interesting to me because, of course, it lowers industrial sabotage, basically, isn't it? That's all they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Get rid of that sort of like big looming idea that one person in the factory might go, I could make millions of pounds by saying, this is how you make an iPhone X to Samsung.
Yeah.
But I mean, well, supposedly, if anyone's going to be accused of industrial sabotage, it is Apple, realistically. They're accused of things like daily for stealing tech, aren't they? Is it Nokia that keeps suing them?
I have no idea.
It's
I don't really pay much attention to
either
Apple.
Nokia or Samsung keep suing iPhone over a patent dispute, which Apple have paid fairly recently, and then they're being sued again because I think
I had no idea
the company didn't think it was enough retribution. Which it's fair enough because I think it was either something to do with the single button in the centre, or it was to do with swipe to open, which is why swipe to open isn't a thing anymore.
Ah.
So they were suing over one of those two things.
No, what I'm a fan of, which I didn't think I would be, is the button. I've got an Android, and having the lock button on the back and it being the fingerprint button.
Yeah, I
actually, because I don't. Well, because Androids don't have a home button that works the same way as the one on the iPhone does.
Yeah.
You will use your thumb a lot more, and mine's a bit big, so my thumb won't ever be at the bottom of the screen. It'll be on the screen, so it's easier to have the lock button like in the middle of the back where my fingers are whilst I'm holding it.
I've seen dumb things on the internet recently to do with the back of phones.
Yeah.
It's so it's like a ring that you stick to the back of your phone.
Yeah.
So that you don't drop it.
Wear it.
Yeah. But it's also acts as a fidget spinner. Your own phone being spun at dangerous speeds.
Why?
Well, supposedly it was to demo that
so that they can crack the corner of it on something hard and then they have to get a screen replaced.
It's not supposed to be a fidget spinner necessarily. It's supposedly so you can have it adjustable.
Yeah, it won't be long till that happens though.
But people have been already spinning them. But I can see the benefit of them. They look really interesting, really good to use.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Because it's so that you can not.
Yeah, I do a lot of like balancing it very lightly on my fingers.
Yeah, so all you do is hook your finger through the loop, and then it's on there.
I won't get one though.
No, I wouldn't get one. It's the same with a fidget spinner. I found them cool. I wouldn't get one, just because it's not cool enough to warrant like what.
It's not cool.
It's not. Well, they are cool. It wasn't cool enough to warrant like the £5 that they were.
No, it's the type of thing you just make in the workshop or something because you're bored.
No,
it's
not the sort of thing I'd make at all.
No, but it's the type of thing that it should be.
Yeah. I think it could be a really cool workshop project for like new people heading into engineering.
Yeah.
For sure. But whether it's something that I would want to do personally, like you've got all those people currently making like gallium fidget spinners.
Yeah.
And
isn't gallium liquid at room temperature or something?
Gallium is liquid at room temperature, so what they do is they make a mould out of Play-Doh.
Yeah.
They fill the Play-Doh with gallium, put it in the freezer, take it out of the freezer, pop the bearings in, and then they just spin it. And eventually it warms up to be gallium again. Jacob, don't question them. It's a waste of time.
Yeah. Well, it was just like you could only play with it in the freezer.
No, because to be honest, it lasts a while once it's been frozen. But like people are doing.
At the same time,
have
you
you
can
not
have gallium.
Do you not see any of these videos on like Facebook where it's like gallium fidget spinner?
Yeah. I don't go on Facebook for reasons like this.
It's like
fidget spinners.
Gallium fidget spinner versus like heat, and they're like.
What do you think's gonna happen?
I know.
You get molten gallium flicking off, which actually is probably not that bad.
Yeah, but they're like putting a blow dryer on it or a blowtorch, and they're just spinning it, and then they're just melting gallium, and I'm like, oh okay, right. Could have. I don't know. It's an odd one.
Yes, definitely. I don't know what to make of it.
No. I do know what to say though. On the other hand, it is time to sort of wrap this up a little. We're sort of like hitting our hour target, and it just makes it a bit easier to sort of stay within a set time frame for us.
Not go over. Maybe we'll do some specials one day, and we might go a little bit over. For
we could do a face show special.
No, that is something we will not do ever.
Okay, well, see you in a bit.
Good night.